Keep watching to learn how I grew this 20 USD account to over 600 USD in this massive VIX 100S1 setup queue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached 10k followers on TikTok and 7k subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. This means a lot, and like I promised, if we reach 10k subscribers on YouTube, I'll do a giveaway. So keep subscribing, liking and commenting to be one of the lucky winners. Now, of course, if you're watching this on TikTok, click this link to head to my YouTube channel, and if you're watching this on Facebook, click this link to go over to my YouTube channel. Or you can go over to YouTube and type prime_fx to reach my YouTube channel, where you can watch this complete video and also watch more finished videos as well. Let's get this video to over 250 likes because the likes are free. Okay, so this video starts off differently. As you can see, there is the 23 USD in the account, and I entered some buy positions. I think I entered about 10 positions right here, and of course I'm doing this because I was late in sort of this setup. So I first have to enter and then I'll show you guys the reason why. So about now, or from a 23 USD, and I first initially entered around 0.2 lots, and then I added around like 0.5, and yeah, of course the margin level is around 1,000. So yeah, it's good enough, and yeah, we'll see what happens afterwards. Of course, I wanted to buy, so it has to shoot up, and I'm going to show you why I think it's going to shoot up. Now, from the daily, we can see that price did a stop hunt below that low, and then it continued to do another stop hunt below that other, like it did a liquidity grab below that low. Now, the reason is because there was an imbalance or a liquidity right there, and price needed to approach it nicely and fill it. After it filled the fair value gap or imbalance, it hit the daily order block, and like you can see, it's sort of reacting properly. So we have to see what it did right before it hit the daily order block, which is it first gave us another stop hunt again like before, and another one, the last stop hunt that you will see. And from there on out, we'll see sort of like a buy market structure or a reversal, where price gave us a stop hunt or a wipe, and then it respected the 1 hour order block. After it respected the 1 hour order block, it went up to give us a break of structure, BOS, and returned back down to give us another wipe or stop hunt, again grabbing liquidity to continue moving up. So you can see this is sort of like a bullish institutional order flow, where it's respecting the bullish interest point. So it broke structure above that high, and we continue this motion or this institutional order flow where it goes above, give us a wipe, and it's basically showing us signs that it wants to continue moving up. Now it returned back into the range, gave us again a stop hunt or a grab of liquidity. So here it will be just grabbing liquidity and wiping below lows, you get what I'm saying, and then respecting 4 hour order blocks, 1 hour order blocks, or bullish institutional reference points, because it's in a bullish, institutional order flow. The order flow is respecting bullish order blocks, order flow, rejection blocks, and whatever. Now broke structure above that high, and as you can see where we are at currently, it returned back into the range and is respecting a 1 hour order block. So this trade is simple. It's so simple and basic. Now that 1 hour order block, of course, is the 30-minute breaker block, as you can see. And you see, if we zoom in again into the 15-minute or 5-minute chart, we can clearly see that there was a small gap right there, which is a fair value gap or an imbalance, is whatever you want to call it. So price has to continue moving up. I think this is one of the most simplest setup you can ever enter into, because when it breaks structure and returns, you keep on just buying and buying and buying and buying. It has what you call bullish institutional order flow, like I said, and once I saw that motion or reversal, I just kept on entering and entering and entering. So this is sort of our initial entry, and you can see I was actually quite late here. I should have entered down inside the fair value gap, but yeah, we'll see what happens afterwards. So now you can see it ended up shooting up. So before I can continue, you can clearly see like the objects or like the trend lines and the rectangle are not in the chart. I mistakenly removed all the objects. Like when you go to the settings and you sort of select all objects and then you delete everything. Yeah, that's what I did. So I had to show the profits and then close immediately because we had reached the target. We had reached 100 USD in our balance, and I had planned to enter again, or I think at this point in time I was satisfied with the profits, so I decided to close at 100 USD. So we'll see how to enter this setup again at a later date. So before the re-entry, I'm just going to sort of do a relapse of the analysis that we had, and if you didn't catch that analysis, just watch this relapse. Maybe it will summarize everything. And yeah, this is basically sort of a recap. You can see there's that BOS and it respected the OB. We actually entered quite early. We could have milked more of this move, so it ended up shooting up to break structure above this high, and when it broke structure, you can see it ended up doing like a sort of like a wipe above that high, and it returned back into the range. Now this return back, if you look at it from a daily, you can get to see sort of an opportunity, because on the daily you can see it's an immediate rebalance, and when price immediately rebalances sort of like a fair value gap or an imbalance that it had, it's bound to continue moving that same direction. So fortunately for us, it hit the 4-hour order block where it was rebalancing, and it gives us sort of a confluence for us to keep on shooting up. Within that 4-hour order block is also a 1-hour order block, so more confluence around that area. So immediate rebalance, 4-hour order block, 1-hour order block, price has to keep on pumping up. And if we look at it from the 30 minutes, we see again a 30-minute order block, price keeps on reacting. So that means that level right there is pretty strong. So we look at it from a 5-minute chart where we see price raided that low, and then that's when it dipped into the order blocks, the 4-hour order blocks, the 1-hour order blocks, the 30 minutes order blocks. And then what we saw is a stop and right there that did a stop and it broke structure above, and currently it's sort of reacting right above there, and we'll wait for it to return back into the range, and then we shoot up with it. And what is going to respect is the 5-minute OB. So yeah, this is basically our re-entry. It's not really that hard. We have around 100 USD in the account, and we are going to be entering a bit strong, but not too much, just to continue moving up with it. Again, it's in a bullish institutional order flow. We'll keep on adding as time goes by. So I entered around 10 one lot sizes, which is like 10 lots, and yeah, it's basically okay for 100 USD. Again, I had anticipated that it's going to penetrate more, so we see what happens afterwards. So now afterwards, you can clearly see it penetrated a bit deeper. I think I'd anticipated it. That's why I did not go in like aggressively. It did not respect. I did not have a clean respect. That's because I didn't know exactly where to enter, so I just sort of entered right there. It was a vague level, but it's around there. It wasn't a specific one, let me just say. It wasn't vague, it wasn't a specific point. So yeah, we're around 100 USD in profits, placing us at 200 USD, which is good enough from a 20 USD account. Now if you sort of have an experience in trading, you can see when I move to the charts, price formed a bit of market structure right there, and at this time I was ready to close. Now the reason why I was ready to close is I could spot another re-entry. Now the reason I could spot another re-entry is, yeah, I'll cover it in the afterwards. So yeah, around this time I had closed, and yeah, I was waiting for a re-entry. Now for the re-entry, you can see that price gave us a stop and right there, like it traded that low, and then so this is basically a market structure shift, or yeah, it's basically a market structure shift, not a change of character, and it went up to break structure. So what I anticipated right here is, and the reason why I closed is, prices to dip down and then keep on shooting up. Now it's going to dip down below that low because it contains sell side liquidity, and then it's going to grab the buyers. You remember where we bought right there, and most of the people have placed the stop loss right below the low, so it has to grab the sell side liquidity, and then after it grab the sell side liquidity, it hit the 1 hour OB, and then it continues moving up. So what we did was a great decision of closing right there, and then we wait for price to come back, take the early buyers who kept on holding or placing their stop loss right below the low, and then we continue moving up with it, and we'll see this in the afterwards. Now the afterwards, you can see price did exactly what we anticipated. Of course, there were sort of, I think, 2 approaches below the low, and right now it managed to dip down and activate our buy limits. I had entered a bit strong, I think around 2 lots each position, and 10 positions. So yeah, this was a bit of an aggressive, but it was okay because we're at 200 USD balance. And you can see it was a clean entry, last one, and which placed us at around 600 USD in our balance. That's a huge profit margin. I was ready to close at this moment in time, and you can see there is our history and there's our balance, and this is me closing. I was waiting for it to be like 6:30 or something, and I managed to finally close. Now I made a mistake here. I should have again kept on re-entering, because you see right here that price, you know, yeah, you can see the withdrawal right there. You can see right here that price kept on shooting upwards, and yeah, I missed a lot. I could have begged even till like 2000, but it is what it is. We'll get it one day. Now thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't.